What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to give you guys a pretty big statue display update, something I've been working on. You'll notice all the Lord of the Rings is out of the hallway. I'm doing something different. I feel that will look and work better for the collection. First, we've moved Lurt's bust, and we're actually, for right now, planning Alita with Alita bust. Alita bust wouldn't work down low like I had planned, plus I don't want her down low. Here she'll work perfectly where her sword can go that way diagonally behind, and I'll be able to display her perfectly. She'll be top shelf next to Aquaman. Pending I don't get Mara and just throw Mara here and do Alita somewhere else, if I even get Alita. I do have her on pre-order, but I'm very pessimistic when it comes to Queen Studios and delivering products. And I've heard that Alita has a massive delay, so I don't expect her for 2+ years. And I pre-ordered through a retailer, which will take an extra 6 months to a year. So kind of not even planning to get it at this point. I might just buy Mara if she comes in stock in the next few months and just do Mara. But the plan is really to do Jurassic Park here. So I took out the 2 glass shelves and then brought this forward a little bit so I could do 3 garage shelves, and the idea is to do Jurassic Park statue in each of them, doing 1/6 below, 1/15 above, and then we wall mounted the T-Rex and the Jurassic World poster. Still have to paint some of the nail holes, letting that dry first. But below we have Blue and Indominus Rex, and then my most recent acquisition, the 1/6 Raptor. I was hoping I could fit the Dilophosaurus here, but the only way I could really do that is if I had to, moved him over and had the black bars cutting him in half, which I really don't want to do. So if anything, I'll display the Dilophosaurus over in that room by my T-Rex, or even just right here, since I already got a Raptor here. Do that like where I have, I could do that Raptor in there and the Dilophosaurus right here. And then above, we got the T-Rex, and we'll do 3 1/15 scales. Now, I've waitlisted on the Spinosaurus because I do want to buy it. If the waitlist does not convert, there is a retailer who will get it in December. It's a little bit more pricey, but I just order through that retailer because I definitely want the Spinosaurus. So what I want to do is right here, do the Mosasaurus, directly beneath Jurassic World poster. Right here, the Indominus Rex with the T-Rex directly above it. And then right there, do the Spinosaurus. So Spinosaurus with the Dilophosaurus underneath. And this is all Jurassic World with the T-Rex above who, fought the Indominus Rex. I think that'll look really good. Over here, I moved 300 and Baby Doll. Baby Doll I can put back right there. That's where I had her before. I was actually thinking for Leonidas getting a 3rd one of these shelves, like this pedestal, and doing Leonidas right there. I don't want to do the glass shelf. It sticks out too much. It's ugly. I was going to just buy a 3rd one of these, do him there. I think that would look really cool, and probably just move that God of War poster. Possibly the weapons. Maybe, I don't know. Probably just move those. Probably move them actually just right there. I could fit the poster and the weapons on the opposite side. So, and then Baby Doll, I could leave her there or return her back with Indiana Jones. There's space there for a statue, so for right now, I just threw her there. And then the big changes, of course, is going to be over here. So this is where I've moved Lord of the Rings. Now, this does not come without, its cons. There's definitely pros, there's definitely cons. Big pro, I can obviously see all the statues quite good. Outside of a few, I would say. Let's start here at the left, though. So we got 3 of the creatures. Balrog left, Smog with his bust above, and then the cave troll. And I think that looks really cool. I do like that quite a bit, especially having the bust directly above the full figure. I probably could fit one more down there if I wanted to wall mount, let's say, for example, the Fell Beast, which is to the right. Then you have, of course, the Fell Beast full figure right here. So all 4 of my creatures are together. And I felt the best transition from the smaller scale to the bigger scale is just doing another, sort of animal by doing the horse Nazgul. And of course, it's all my Nazguls together. So you can see how that looks. And I think that looks really cool. I do like that transition, how I did that. You know, the regular Nazgul next to the smaller figure, and then the, you know, Witch King Morgulord next to him. And that looks roughly about 1/4 scale, to be honest. You know, you compared to the movie. So I think that works and looks really good. I can see it all perfectly. And then I wall mounted just the Sting Sword. And then over here, the way I did it is we're doing one on each side, one in the middle. I feel that's the best way to do it when you have extra depth and you want to fit lots of figures. Because if you just do them all this way, you can only fit maybe 4. But when you do it like this, you can fit quite a bit. And you always want to do the bigger one in the middle of 2 small ones like that. So Saruman with the 2 orcs. So he controlled orcs. That works and looks really good. And then to the right, we have Gandalf. Same thing. Legolas, Eragon in front, smaller figures. And then you'll notice the Balrog bust has been wall mounted right there. And I really like this. Because if you'll notice, it goes Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the White with Balrog in the middle, sort of like his transition from gray to white with Balrog in the middle. I think that looks really cool. And then Gandalf's, of course, in between Frodo and Gollum. And I think that looks really cool. And then over here, we just did Galadriel, Gollum's extra bust. So check it out. I think that works and looks really good. Now, if I decide to go Prime 1 route, I would have to change and sell some things, have less characters, but higher quality of a few, obviously. You know, and I'll go over how that potentially could work. Above, we got Lurtz bust. Lurtz 1/4 on the left, Berserker on the right here. And that works and looks good. And then Sauron right here, and of course the posters above. So, the big caveat to doing it this way, one, I'm having 1/4 scales above. I don't mind Sauron because he's so big, but I really didn't want to do 1/4 scales up top when I have 1/3 over here. I mean, granted, I do have 2 life-size that sort of like help the transition, but I did want to try to avoid having 1/4 and 1/3. Although I am doing it in my Marvel room, so I guess it works the way I have this, you know, at least 2 life-size separate it. And I really do want the 1/4 Lurtz next to the bust. Now, the other problem doing this is I no longer have space for Lord of Darkness, Red Sonja, Leatherface, or Ghostface by doing it this way. Cause, you know, I plan to do Ghostface, Leatherface, Red Sonja all on this wall, but I will no longer have space for that. I would have to find space elsewhere, sell some things, or cancel and sell some of them. So that's something I'm going to have to figure out if I am going to keep this here. I mean, technically I could lower Berserker and Lurtz and just have Sauron and the Lurtz bust. But I did find it to get cluttered down low when I did Lurtz and Berserker down there. You know, I could sell some pieces and do Lurtz in that glass case, for example, if I sold Galadriel. And I could move Berserker and sell something, or wall mount the Fell Beast next to Smog and then do Berserker back there. That's one option, and then that would free up some space. So it is a little bit tricky, but here's the thing. I'm also highly considering Prime 1 route. Now, if I do Prime 1 route, I could fit Prime 1 Sauron just right here. It would take up that entire spot, and it would be about 3 inches shy of the ceiling, because it's 43 inches tall versus that 36. Now, I absolutely love this one. The only things I like better about Prime 1 is the under base. This base itself is beautiful. It's a masterpiece. But Prime 1's under base, I freaking love it. I do like this pose, and I also like Prime 1's pose. I think both poses are great, and this matches the poster perfectly. Mine, unfortunately, does have a broken leg, which I've covered actually with the cloth here, so I don't see it, you know, right there. You know, I want to avoid seeing that because it is kind of an eyesore. But mine is custom painted, and it does look absolutely fantastic. You know, based off pictures, it looks as good as Prime 1's paint job. Now, Lurtz and Berserker, if I wanted to upgrade those two, if I keep everything up top, I could do Lurtz Prime 1 right there, but not Berserker in this setup. I'd have to only do Lurtz and Sauron. Lurtz Prime 1 would fit on that shelf. So that's how I'd have to do that. Berserker would have to go down low. Now, I do like Prime 1 Lurtz definitely better than mine. I think the armor, the detail, the base, the switch outs, all absolutely better. So that would be an easy, no-brainer upgrade for me. Now, I do love Sideshows. It's very good. But I do like Prime 1's much better. Now, Berserker, here's the thing with Berserker. I kind of like my body and pose and everything on this better than Prime 1's. I think Prime 1 might have a slightly better paint job. It has more of a glossy look on some parts. Prime 1 definitely has the edge when it comes to the base and switch outs. The only switch out on this is him holding arrows, which I've never used, not once. Where Prime 1, you have heads, multiple arms, multiple positions. I think could be 37 inches tall with his sword in the air. So Prime 1 still is an upgrade, still has the severed head look, which I love. And the sword, instead of going like that, it's actually held upwards. So you can, it's a little bit easier to display, but the base is much bigger. It's a lot bigger base, has a flag. So if I wanted to display that, it would have to go right here. And I'd probably have to wall mount the Fell Beast and do it with Sauron and maybe move an orc. Possibly even move one of the orcs where Galadriel is and only have one orc and Berserker, because he'll take up a lot of space down there. Then if we wanted to do Legolas, Eragon, and Frodo, which would all be huge upgrades to these ones, because these ones are, the humans are some of the weaker ones. I feel like the villains are the best among the Sideshow line. We would definitely have to sell Frodo, Legolas, Eragon, Gollum, and then just keep the 2 Gandalfs with the Balrog and do all 3 Prime 1s down low. Probably Frodo in the middle and then Legolas and Eragon on each side. Now they are about 14 to 17 inches width, not super, super tall. Legolas is quite tall, so I don't know if I'd be able to keep Gandalf the White. Maybe I'd still want to keep him, but I could probably fit it and make it look good. Now, I don't think I would upgrade my Nazgul because I still think my horse one is better than Prime 1's. The only thing about Prime 1 I think is better is the base, but mine being cloth is technically more accurate to the movie, and the horse is cooler than just a few additional, almost duplicate Nazgul. So I think I would keep what I got there. Now, if Prime 1 makes a Gandalf and a Gimli, definitely would upgrade that. I do love my Gandalfs, but Prime 1, if they gave me a Gandalf, I'd probably upgrade it, and Gimli would be a no-brainer. And he's the only other character I really want. Don't care to get any other good guys, to be honest. Just Gimli, so I have like the holy trinity of Lord of the Rings. They made a new Saruman. I mean, I think Sideshow killed it on theirs. It's very, very good. So they would have to severely impress me. Probably just a better base. But I'm definitely highly considering it, for sure. I most likely will do it. Depends on my financial situation at the time, but at least I'd love to upgrade at least Sauron and Legolas, Eragon, Frodo. I think those would be the key most important ones to upgrade. Lurtz, Berserker, I think those 2 are still fantastic. So it's not like crucial to upgrade those, but Legolas, Eragon, Frodo. Even my Sauron is really nice, but I'd still love to get the Prime 1 version just because of that base, the bigger presence. I think it would just look better overall versus Sideshow. So yeah, that's basically the Lord of the Rings setup and potential future plans. Here's the view from when I'm like sitting down. So it obviously looks really cool. Still don't like the idea of having 1/4 above. I really wanted to do all 1/3. So that is a slight struggle, but I did transition it with 2 life-size between and then Sauron, so it does help. And if I think it does. I do love seeing these creatures here, like, the dragons and Balrog, cave trolls. I think it looks really cool and matches the theme of, it's not horror, but it's more of fantasy and creatures. Like the vampires and werewolves and whatnot, they're creatures and monsters, so it does fit the overall theme. And I definitely do like this underneath better than what I had before, where I had you know, a T-Rex, Kong, Alita, the Mummy Medusa, Khaleesi. I think this is better for sure. And now I'm able to enjoy my Lord of the Rings better for sure. Now we just got to decide if we're going to upgrade to Prime 1. I'm really leaning towards yes, because when I see the pictures, you know, they posted a video today and I'm like, gosh dang, those are so sick. It's just going to make me have less characters, but better versions of the characters that matter. I really don't want to sell my 2 orcs. Those are keepers for sure. And unless Prime 1 does a Morgul Lord, I'm not going to sell mine at all. And I really do hate selling my Golem, to be honest, because I do love that one. Prime 1's is obviously better detail, but I like the pose on mine better than the fact I have switch outs. So that would be a tough one to sell as well. So that is the Lord of the Rings. And then I just moved Khaleesi and Medusa over here. So I feel like that works good. The only thing I'd potentially consider is if I could move Khaleesi into Resident Evil statues there. Even though they're video game, they are horror, and I feel like they work a little bit better. That would be sick. There's also the new Dream Figures Frankenstein they're making. That would look sick down low. Plus, if I decided to get their like and have all 3, that would be super cool. I put Lord of Darkness there for right now. Not sure where I'm going to put him. So I'm really struggling on how I can do that. The only thing I can honestly think of that would work is if we moved the DC half scales to the other room, moved Terminator right there with the half scale and 2 busts right there, and then opened that up for more horror. You know, like Lord of Darkness, Leatherface, Ghostface. I could fit all 3 easily right there. That is how I could transition and have more horror back there. It's moving Terminator right there. And then this would have to be, or I could do Terminator here and do Raptor Bus, somehow fit Rotunda on that thing right there. And then I have to do Terminator, and it's a tricky one. It really honestly is. I feel like it'd be better to do Caesar, Raptor Bus, Rotunda right here, Terminator there, but then Alita bust would also be problematic at that point. So as you can see, I definitely have stuff cut out for me. So I really don't want to sell Lord of Darkness because I really do like this figure. I think it's an awesome looking statue, and I do like the movie, so I'm definitely not wanting to sell it. But we will see. We will see. And also Red Sonja, I really, really wanted to get that piece. The only reason I wouldn't want to get it is because it's not a movie statue. It's a comic-based one. I'm trying to stay away from comic-based. But I freaking loved that statue when I saw it in person. It blew me away. But now in this new setup, I don't have space for her anymore, which I'm like, gosh dang it. I loved that piece. Unless I moved Alita and did Red Sonja over there. So definitely need to figure things out. I think if the Spinosaurus converts, I might cancel Red Sonja, use the money for Spinosaurus instead, because they're almost similar cost. So I am definitely figuring it out. But I do like Lord of the Rings here in the main room. I think this works. I think it looks good. We just got to decide if we're going to keep those 2 1/4 above. Because, I mean, technically, when I didn't have them there, I could fit Lord of Darkness. But it kind of looked weird having Sauron, Lurtz Bust, Lord of Darkness. It didn't transition that well. I feel like it'd be better Lord of Darkness where Sauron is at, and then have the bust and Sauron, you know, a better transition. But we will figure it out. Just wanted to keep you guys updated. Sorry this video took so long. But just, you know, my mind's always thinking best ways to display my collection and whatnot. So I do like what I've done, though. It did take a lot of work and whatnot. So yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions below. Any suggestions as well. I'm always reading your guys' comments. If you haven't, join my Facebook group, Flankster Statue Collectors, or DBZ Resin Collectors for my DBZ group. Follow me on Instagram, Flankster117. Make sure you, if you are not, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, hit the like button to help this video get more views, help the YouTube algorithm. And thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.